Oh, hello. Hey, people. Hello, Facebook. Woo. All right. It's nearly Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Well, Christmas Eve day. And I've just come from the gym. And as usual, I got a massive, amazing download while I was at the gym of something that I think is really important to talk about. So that is what I'm going to do. So say hey when you jump on, say hello. I just got your message, Harmony. I will reply to it momentarily, depending how long I take on this. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of a different live stream here. I'm going to do a bit of a different one, and I'm going to probably rub some people up the wrong way or something. I don't care, because I think I've just kind of, I don't know. I understand all of the love and all of the beautiful Merry Christmas and everything messages, and it's great. It comes from a beautiful, beautiful place. I know that. But I think I'm the kind of person that will always say the thing that everybody else might be thinking or might not even be thinking or whatever, and I'm always thinking about others and what they're going through, and I just get to the point where I'm just like, I cannot read another Merry Christmas. I cannot read another, please take this time to really, enjoy it with your family and all this kind of thing without just saying something, right? Because here's the thing. Christmas or holidays or around this time of year or whatever, for whatever you celebrate, I don't really care at all. But let's say it's Christmas, right? Because that's what a majority of people, especially in Australia, celebrate and that kind of thing, whether or not they're religious. Like I celebrate Christmas and I'm not religious, but whatever it is that you're celebrating, right? For a lot of people, this whole idea of spending time with their loved ones and, having it be peaceful and having it be loving and having it be this amazing experience is just not their physical manifestation right now. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be. It absolutely can be. But I'm just saying that right now, their physical manifestation, for a number of reasons from their experience and everything like that, is just not there. They either don't have family, or they don't have a loving family, or they just don't have, people to spend time with that they really truly enjoy spending time with, or anything like that. And it just kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's just such a generic thing to say, enjoy this time with your family, enjoy this this is what Christmas is about. Christmas should be about spending time with those you love. It should be about spending, quality time and having, beautiful, peaceful, loving, whatever it is, right? And that's all really well and good and blah, 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 whatever. But you know what? I feel like if more people actually focused on what else it can be, in other words, what this sort of holiday time can be, I feel like it'd be a lot more inclusive. Because you know what? It's just not everybody's reality all the time. Like for me right now in the last sort of 3-ish years, really, is the first time that I can honestly say that I have had that kind of Christmas where I really absolutely love it. I enjoy it. I look forward to it. I have the most amazing family around me and everything like that, right? But when I was growing up, and if you've seen my previous live streams, for a very long time, especially when we just migrated here, we didn't have anyone, mum and dad and I, we didn't have anyone else to spend Christmas with. It was just us, and we didn't, have really anything to do. So, Christmas Day for us meant going down to the beach and hanging out or something, because we didn't have anyone else to really spend it with. And Christmas Eve was the big thing in Poland, in Europe. Usually Christmas Eve is a huge thing. So we celebrated Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, there wasn't much. It didn't mean much to me. And then over the years, as I got older and my dad's depression got worse and worse, Christmas became more about what's dad going to do this year? Is he going to get drunk again? Is he going to disappear again? Is he going to am I going to have to do another missing persons report? That was kind of like the lottery of Christmas, right? And I laugh now, but it wasn't funny, and it's still not funny. But, I've definitely come a long way and have a very good relationship, even though he killed himself last year. Even though that he did that, I actually have a really good relationship with him ongoingly now, right? And so it's like, well, you know what? That kind of stuff happened, and that wasn't my experience. That wasn't my physical manifestation when I was younger, to have this kind of beautiful, loving relationship and loving family Christmas and stuff. It was just the time that I was in, and I was a kid, and I couldn't really, I could affect it obviously, but I didn't know how back then. And and I know that for a lot of people, and especially for me as well, growing up, because I had that sort of, I guess, chip on my shoulder of, what I went through, I just kind of pushed people away and just expected, well, I'm not going to have that kind of a Christmas because I don't deserve it, I don't need it, I'm too good for that, whatever it is. And so I manifested that as an adult, and I was constantly, even when I was in relationships where they were very loving and I was actually, the family loved me and all that kind of thing, I didn't fit in, and I didn't really, Christmas was nice and everything, but I could just tell that I didn't fit in there, and it was all from me. It was all from what was going on in my own mindset that I just didn't belong, right? And so that took me years and years and years. And even in the last few years, I've had to relearn again this self-worth stuff and about what I will and won't stand for. And, the fact that I don't need to just take scraps basically to have relationships and that kind of thing. And it's been a very, tumultuous learning journey, which thank God, I got through and, all that kind of stuff. But I know that for a lot of people, that physical manifestation just isn't there right now. That family love, that basically, all of that kind of stuff, it's just not there right now. And it can be, and it absolutely can be. As soon as you start changing within, your outside will start changing. But here's the thing, and this is what I want to say, right? Let's step away a little bit maybe from this whole idea of Christmas has to be about family, Christmas has to be about peace, Christmas has to be about love, it should be about appreciating each other, blah, blah, blah. You know what would really help, I think, is if we started appreciating ourselves, is if we actually started loving ourselves. Because at the end of the day, all the relationships around you, whoever they are, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's acquaintances, whether it's random strangers on the street, all of the relationships around you are simply a reflection of what's going on inside, right? So right now, if you're alone at Christmas, there's quite likely that you feel quite alone. And I know that sounds really stupid. It's like, well, yeah, I'm alone, so therefore I feel alone. But it actually started the other way around, right? You felt segregated. You felt like you're not one of the others. You felt like you don't belong. And therefore your physical manifestation became that. That is what became your reality, right? But here's the thing, you can start to heal that and you can start to change that if you want to. If you don't want to, don't bother, but then, whatever. But if you want to and you want to be, one day in a position where you do have family or whatever it is, start from yourself always. And this is what Christmas to me should be about anyway, is the relationship you have with yourself, giving yourself love, giving yourself appreciation, giving yourself that sense of peace and that sense of acceptance, right? If you start that within yourself, the rest will come. You will gather those people around you because you're going to be attracting that kind of vibe to you, right? But as long as you're in that sort of sense of I'm not enough, I don't have enough, I'm lonely, whatever it is, and I understand why you feel that. You think that you feel that way because of your physical manifestation, but really it started from within and you manifested it physically, which means, and this is the good news, which means that you can actually change that, because as soon as you start feeling differently from within, everything around you will change. And it doesn't have to be, I'm not saying you have to pretend that you have family or pretend that you have loving people to spend Christmas with or whatever. Fuck that. Fuck all the rules about what Christmas needs to be or this holiday needs to be. Focus on you. Focus on what you need right now to feel love, for you to feel accepted, for you to feel like you belong to yourself, right? And I don't mean, and if that's hard, if that's really hard, if the whole love thing is hard, because I understand it is, if you've been in that really low point in your life, or you still are, it can be really difficult to get to, well, okay, today I'm going to love myself. No, that can be a bit of a stretch. Start with what is going to make me feel better than I feel right now, right? So if right now you're feeling isolated, if right now you're feeling lonely, if right now you're feeling less than or whatever it is, I'm just talking from experience of the stuff that I felt, then start with something a little bit better. Start with, instead of feeling lonely, start by feeling comfortable in your own presence. Start by, instead of feeling bad because there's no other people giving you presents or whatever, or like being in your life right now, start by focusing on what you can give yourself. And I don't mean you can go buy yourself stuff for sure, but I mean spiritually and psychologically, right? So give yourself a gift of acceptance. Give yourself the gift of being enough right now as you are, right? And it's just that incremental step of going, okay, I feel like this. I feel, 2 out of 10. How do I get to 3 out of 10? How do I get to 4? What do I need to give myself? What kind of genre of love, what kind of genre of acceptance, what kind of genre of feeling enough can I believe right now? Because the jump from feeling absolutely hopeless and useless and worthless to, oh my God, I'm so in love with myself is a bit of a big jump. But there are steps along the way. And if you never start moving it up at all because you're waiting for the situation around you to change and you're waiting for other people to come along and accept you and love you and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna be waiting forever. That's quite frankly the truth, because inside you still haven't changed anything. And as long as nothing changes inside, the outside never changes. So start with where you are. Start with what you have. Fuck all of the rules about what everybody else is doing. Fuck all the rules about what people are saying, Christmas has to be about or whatever it is. Screw that. This is you. Everything is always for you, right? And so start with where you are and start with just an emotion that you can give yourself basically to start improving it. And you'll be shocked at how quickly you can start manifesting better physical manifestations around you just by changing that to begin with. But as long as you stay in that state of, oh, this Christmas and this is what everybody says, it should be about, and I don't have anyone to spend it with, and I don't have this and this and this. And I'm not trying to make light of it at all, because I absolutely get it, and I absolutely get how hard. I'm not saying I've had the hardest by any means, but I can definitely empathize with that, right? But I know that it never gets better until you start to get better, right? Until you choose to start to get better, and that means just breathing in and choosing to let go of everybody else's expectations of what this holiday should be, right? Letting go of how it should be about family, or how it should be about other people loving you, or other people, or the being grateful for all the people in your life, that all that kind of stuff. That's really nice, and that's amazing, and it's an amazing manifestation to have when you're ready. And I've had it before when I wasn't ready, and trust me, you'll just fuck it up. But if you can get to a point where you start within, and you start with accepting yourself, you start with loving yourself, you start with giving yourself that gift of, I am enough, I am worthy just as I am. Once you start with that, everything else around you will change. And it may not be this year, it may not be next year, it may not whatever. Who the fuck cares? If you feel better if you feel better about yourself, then the rest won't really matter. Like whatever happens afterwards, whoever does or doesn't come into your life, it won't actually matter. So you will already feel better. And that's the whole point, right? Because people think that Christmas or holidays or whatever is about what other people can give you, what other people, being appreciative for all the stuff outside of you. Yeah, that's great if you have it. But if you can't be appreciative for the stuff within you that's already there, that you have access to all the time, that is your birthright, you are allowed to be abundant. You are allowed to be happy. You are allowed to be joyful. You are allowed to be worthy. All that stuff just within yourself, as of yourself. If you can get to that stage, or even start to get to that stage by just giving yourself that little bit more of a better emotion, a better feeling, a higher sense of acceptance, whatever it is, give yourself the stuff that you need for Christmas, whether it's spending all day listening to some YouTube videos and meditating and healing yourself, whether it's having a bath, there's so much stuff that you can do to give yourself the gift of acceptance, to give yourself the gift of I am enough and I deserve this, right? Fuck everybody else. They will come along when they come along, and it'll be great and it'll be amazing. But if you don't give that to yourself first, if you don't decide first that you are worthy, that you are ready, that you are wanting this, and you aren't prepared to give it to yourself, nobody else will ever give it to you. I think I just got the point of this whole live stream. If you're not prepared to do it, to give yourself love, acceptance, peace, all that stuff, nobody else will ever give it to you. Okay? All right. I feel like that got really serious. Really serious. Okay, I'm going to finish up. Do I have anything to add to the end? I don't think so. Have an amazing, amazing Christmas. I'm not sure that I'm going to live stream tomorrow because I will be eating copious amounts of food with my physical manifestations, my family. But I will definitely be on in the next few days. I have something amazing coming up for Boxing Day, so you're going to want to keep your eyes peeled if you're not on my Facebook business page. Facebook.com/annabrooks.com.au. Make sure you jump on that because that's where you're going to get more details about all the Boxing Day fun that's going to be happening. I can't wait. It's going to be really, really awesome. Yes, and apart from that, I think we're done. Have an amazing Christmas, everyone, and remember, put yourself first, give yourself what you need, and let everything else just be the cherry on top. Have an amazing one, and remember, live life on purpose. Bye.